Hello and welcome to our preview here of AFL Round 13 on Odds.com.au. My name's Bren O'Brien. Joining me is Matt Hickey. Matt, only 6 games this round, but plenty of betting value to be found. And we start off between Carlton and Freo, a game you're confident will be a low-scoring affair.
Yeah, maybe not the most exciting game, but as you said, there's not many going around today, so we've had to look a bit harder to find a winner. But I do like the look of the unders total points mark in this one. It's 160.5 points. Last 4 clashes between these two sides have been averaged around 146 points. So I'm looking for the unders. Under the roof at Etihad, you can get about $1.90.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see over the history of Ross Lyon's career how many times the under total's been reached, because he's not known as being the most attacking of coaches. A big game for Adelaide, also for Hawthorn on Saturday night. He's obviously they meet at the MCG, these two. Adelaide in a real trough at the moment, in a bit of strife. Hawthorn kind of there, but not quite there. It's sort of hard to know where the Hawks sit at the moment, and they've got a bit to prove towards the second half of the season. You're confident the Crows can bounce back here, despite the fact, lost 4 in a row, is it?
Something along those lines. They're two teams that have really, I think, screwed everybody's tipping for the year. Hawthorn and Adelaide, really hard to get a grip on both of them. And, of course, they had that massive loss to Melbourne just a few weeks ago. But I think they're going to bounce back here. They're due. They're too good of a side not to be able to bounce back. They're under pressure. They should stand up. Hawthorn have also had a mixed week with the lead up to Sean Burgoyne's 350th, I believe. But also, Sirioli's been in the news a bit with all that stuff that's been going on, which could cause somewhat of a distraction for the Hawks. So the Crows, you can pick your own line at 11.5 points, and that's about $1.78, and it looks like a not a bad play.
Now, two of the great rivals of a previous generation here, Sydney v West Coast. You've gone for a surprising option here. You've gone to Leo Barry to take the grand final winning mark. Oh, no, hang on. You haven't. You've gone for it. You might have your little individual markets. I'm surprised that market's not there, despite Leo Barry having not played for the last 12 years. But interesting one, in fact, you've got Andrew Gaff, who's been one of the West Coast best players, and you've got Luke Parker, who's obviously one of the great consistent players of the AFL over the past decade.
Yeah, all we need is Stephen Quartermain to come through with his famous call, Leo Barry, you star, but sadly he's not here. So Gaff and Parker, two great players. We're looking for Gaff to get 30-plus disposals. He's already had 6 games of his 11 so far and 2 games of 29, so pretty close to that mark so far this season. And also Luke Parker, 25-plus disposals, which he's done in his last 5 games versus the Eagles. So a pretty good track record. Put those two together, you can get $3.50, which I think is pretty juicy.
Excellent, and you've been derelict in your duty because you missed the great match of the round, possibly the match of the year between the Cats and the Tigers on Sunday afternoon, but we'll watch that without having a bet because it's enough fun to watch that game anyway. We'll be back again next week to preview AFL Round 14.